If you were at the end of your life and had to look back on how you managed your time, how would you characterize it? A man that dares to waste 1 hour of time has not yet discovered the value of life. What are you doing with your 1440? Hey guys, and welcome back to The Sandy Show, where we uncover new tools and techniques to help transform into the best version of ourselves. Our episode today is about one of the most precious things that each and every one of us has, which is the gift of time. Now, I know personally I've been guilty of overlooking this, but time, although it's free, is the greatest commodity that we all have as human beings. Because think about it, you can lose your money and find it again. You can lose your job and find another one. Some will even argue that you can lose your dignity and find that again. But the only thing that can never be replaced once it's lost is time. And I believe that if we can learn to manage our time effectively, we have the power to completely transform our lives. So just like in our last episode where we talked about there being two sides to every fear story that we tell ourselves, there are also two ways in which we can manage our time. We either spend it or we invest it. Now, if you're anything like me, then you probably know a thing or two about spending. I remember my dad used to say that if there's anything my daughter knows how to do well, that is how to spend money. Now, I've since changed my ways and I'm no longer about that life. But the truth of the matter is, we all know a little something about spending and can agree that once you spend anything, especially money, you don't get it back. But if you invest it, there's typically some future value or some type of return that you would get on that investment. The same concept applies to how we manage our time. We can either spend it doing something that doesn't serve us, or we can invest it in things that are valuable that provide a return for us. But at the end of the day, you are in full control of how you manage your time. You can either spend time in a job that you hate, or you can invest it in doing something that you love. You can spend your time scrolling on social media all day, or you can invest it in developing your gifts and your talents. You can choose to spend time with friends that are negative and lazy and unmotivated, or you can invest in people that are driven, that grow you and that elevate you to the next level. But either way, you're in control of how you choose to manage your time. And let's be clear that what you do with your time shows exactly what you're committed to. So you never have to wonder what people are committed to in life. Just look at how they manage their time. Would someone who's trying to lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle sit on the couch all day eating junk food and watching Netflix? Probably not. But guys, I want you to remember that every time you say yes to spending your time, you're saying no to investing in a better future for yourself. Because time spent can never be redeemed. So the second thing I want you guys to remember is that time equals energy. See, what makes our time so valuable is that it's directly correlated with our energy. So whether you're spending time frivolously or investing it wisely, either way, you're exerting some type of energy in every single thing that you do. And I've always said this, that it's absolutely imperative that you protect your energy because it has a tremendous impact on the quality of life that you end up living. So if you're ever unsure about whether an experience was time spent or time invested, just do an energy check. How do you feel after you hang out with people that are really negative and lazy versus when you hang out with people that are really positive and driven? Do you walk away feeling fired up and motivated, or do they leave you feeling hopeless and drained? See, the outcome of every experience you have will always show up in your energy. So whatever you do, make sure you're getting a good ROE, which is a return on your energy, from anyone or anything that you dedicate your time to. I love the quote from Thomas Edison, where he says, time is really the only capital that any human being has, and it's the only thing he can never afford to lose. How true is that? Think of your time as currency that comes with a bank account. And each morning you get 1,440 minutes deposited into that account. Whenever you spend your time, your account depreciates in value, versus when you invest it, your account appreciates in value. What does your time account look like at the end of each day? I want you to ask yourself, what did I do with my 1440 today? The good thing is, if you're watching this video, you made an investment and your account appreciated in value, so good for you. I read some stats a while ago that said with a life expectancy of 78 years, the average person spends 26 years of their lives sleeping. We spend 7 years of our lives trying to fall asleep. We spend 6 years of our lives on social media and 13 years of our lives listening to music. We spend 11 years watching Netflix and 8 years shopping. We spend 80 hours each year looking for something we lost. And one of my personal favorites is that we spend 3 years of our lives just standing in someone's way. Think about those stats. How much of that is time spent versus time invested. I want you guys to comment below which 2 areas you spend the most of your time in. If I'm being honest, if you asked me this about 6 months ago, my 2 areas would have been in social media and online shopping. And the third and final thing that I want to leave you guys with today is that your time here is limited. One of my favorite quotes from Bill Keane says, "Yesterday was history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift from God, which is why we call it the present." Guys, everyone's time on this earth will run out at some point or another, and that is why we cannot afford to take it for granted. Simple things such as going to dinner with your friends and family, having a date night with your spouse, or playing hide and seek with your kid are some of the greatest investments we can make with our time. Because the truth of the matter is, we don't know how many more dinners or date nights or playtimes we have left. And the greatest disservice is to come to the end of your life and realize that you didn't maximize your time investing it in the people that you love and that you wasted it. And that you left gifts unrealized and moments that you never experienced because you didn't value the time that you had. I want you guys to join me on a quick visualization exercise and just close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself at 80 years old, sitting in a room surrounded by all your family and your loved ones. And as you sit there, you begin to reflect over your life and how you managed your time. You begin to ask yourself, did you accomplish everything you were put on this earth to do? Did you live out all your dreams, and were you able to make an impact on the world? You ask yourself, what legacy are you leaving behind as a result of how you managed your time? And now I want you to look around at the faces of every single person in the room. All your friends, your family, your loved ones. And as you sit there looking at them, you start to ask yourself, how did you manage your time with each and every one of these people? Were you present in every moment that you were with them, or did you allow distractions to rob you of those experiences? Did you invest your time with the right people, or did you spend it on the wrong people? If you got a chance to redo it all over again, how would you have managed your time differently? And now open your eyes. Sarah Patterson says, realize that now, in this very moment, you are creating your next moment. Guys, every morning you wake up, you get a shot at creating the legacy that you want to leave behind. And it's strictly contingent on how you choose to manage your time. So I just stopped by today to remind you guys that whatever you do, please make sure you make it count. All right, guys, that is our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys tune in next week because I'll be sharing the specific tips that you can use to better manage your time. And I'm gonna have some special treats for you guys, so you don't wanna miss it. As always, please leave a comment below. If you like this video, take a screenshot and share it on your social media, and make sure you tag me to it so I can see it as well. Thank you guys again. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and hit the little bell at the top so that you can be notified every time I share a new video. You guys are wonderful. I really appreciate you spending this time with me, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye, guys.